February 16th, 2026. The thought of the day today is, because I did get to do my walk today, the thought today is that I grew up not thinking being poor was that bad. And actually, I guess, I don't know, we thought we were poor growing up. We weren't really poor. We were just middle class, I guess. But we lived like we were poor because we had 6 kids in the family. So parents always wanted to stretch the budget as little as possible. But anyway, that all aside, growing up poor, I didn't think was bad. So I grew up with the idea that because it wasn't bad, that making money wasn't a big goal in life. I think also the kind of the drum beat of money, love of money equals evil was like a very common sort of phrase back in the 80s and 90s, I think. Or the love of money is the root of all evil, something like that. So I guess I got in this mentality that was, I don't know, I guess I just listened too deeply to that concept, and thusly it kind of screwed up my motivation to make money. It sort of, I don't know, it just twisted my idea about the importance of trying to make money. I think also there's a lot of, you see things, or at least back then, I don't know if this is kind of a thing of the past or if this is still kind of happening, but you would see like movies and media portraying the concept of personality winning out over whatever things, to be able to find a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. It was always about personality more than really anything else. And obviously, in reality, personality is extremely important, of course, but the peripheral elements, money, security, grooming, whatever, all the other things that could make you attractive, those are all important too. And for whatever reason, that was all stuff just off my radar. Kind of a hard lesson to learn in your adulthood, let alone your middle-aged adulthood. But here we are. Anyway, I think what all of that means is that the things you think are important, the things that are attractive to you, aren't always the same for the opposite sex, but the things you respect in others, like my guy friends that are good with money, good with grooming, whatever, good with all that stuff, those are attractive to the other sex. And I guess that's the call to action, is just recognizing, and this call to action probably only applies to me. I am just a bit of an odd duck in this sense. Who knows why, but that's just how the dice rolled for me. The importance of, kind of growing those elements in my life are going to be, well, they're just good for you in general. It's not just a not just to attract somebody from the out, you know, if you're trying to get a relationship or whatever. They're just good for your life. So making changes and all that, you know. Now, I mean, I've been motivated to increase my financial abilities now, probably a few years, but it really has been very recent. So here's to a better financial future. As for the day, it was nice. I got up, I slept in. I think when you combine the amount of sleep I did before my last entry, and which I think was in the 2.5-ish to 3 hours range, somewhere in there, and then I ended up sleeping for 5, so I got in total 8-ish hours of sleep maybe, which is pretty cool. And then I was gonna have lunch with one of my old high school buddies, but his mom had a medical emergency kind of thing, so we were not able to meet up. But I just took that opportunity to take numerous naps throughout the day, and I also got my walk in, which was good. I only did 4.5 miles, not even quite 4.5, but close to. But it was a good walk. And then I went to arm wrestling practice and with Team Strong Arms, and it was awesome to see the old crew, but also one of the teams from the middle of the state, the 509 Wrist Crackers, came, and there were, I think, 5 or 6 of those guys. So it was really great to see them come and visit and get a lot of good quality pulling in. Yeah, it was just a good, big crowd. And I did just film a little bit of that, which I am adding in here. Also, because I neglected to add it in before, I'm adding in, as you have seen throughout this video, time lapse of the travel, both to Montana from Utah and to Washington from Montana. This video will end up being pretty long because of all of that, but you know, hopefully it was entertaining. I mean, I'm gonna cut out as much as I can so that it maybe doesn't lengthen the video too much, but I think it's cool, so there it is. All right, so I guess that's it for today. Tomorrow I've got my shoot, and then I'll be back on the road, back to Utah. Thanks for swinging in. Until next time, take it easy, y'all.